YouTube! Like, share, subscribe, let's ride. Hey man, we back with another banger, back with another one of these California lifestyle motherfucking stories, you hear me? Here to learn about another gangster, man, from the city of the angels, you dig what I'm talking about? Hey man, before we go forward, make sure you hit that like button, hit that like button, you know what I mean, comment below, and also, you know what I mean, subscribe, man, it's free. It's free, bro. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Ride with your boy. You feel me? Make sure, hey man, thank y'all for sending me these jokes. Remember rocking with these Cali story videos. They fire. I ain't gonna cap. I've been learning so much about the whole culture of California, man. I'm getting to the point where I feel like I'm from them, mother. You know what I mean? We about to go ahead and get into it, man. Y'all already know it, man. So without further ado, y'all know what we finna get into. Y'all ready? Let's get it.
Welcome back to another episode of War in Cali. In this episode, I will detail the story of Mad Ronnie from the Rollin 60 Crips.
Mad Ronnie.
Mad Ronnie was born in Grand Lions, November 27, 1963, and he would grow up in South Central. Around 1940, a flood of African Americans would flood into Los Angeles. They poured into Los Angeles during the Great Depression in search of jobs during World War II, and that would follow into years later. African Americans were only defined to living in certain parts of Los Angeles, but with so many African Americans coming in abundance, the housing situation faced shortages, and many housing projects were built, and many African Americans moved closer to white areas, making whites flee from areas, causing white flight, with white Americans not wanting to live in the same areas as blacks.
Okay.
Many black Los Angeles residents took this as a sign and moved into the once white areas, and that became areas like Compton and South Central. But blacks were only confined to areas like Watts, and many black residents saw this as moving up in life, moving into homes. But by the 70s, the success many African Americans were having would go downhill, with rapid decline of many areas' manufacturing bases, resulting in the loss of jobs that had allowed many skilled union workers to enjoy middle-class lifestyles.
Damn.
Widespread unemployment, poverty, and street crime contributed to the rise of street gangs in South Central. And by the 70s, the black youth would start to create gangs originally from several factors different from what gangs will later become. Crip and blood gangs in the 70s would start to rise all throughout South Central and the rest of Los Angeles. And a well-known gang from the west side of South Central would be founded in the early 70s, and that would be the Rollin 60 Crips, who would later become a fierce and deadly gang from the 70s on up. The 60s would go on to take on several gangs in Los Angeles and embark in one of the deadliest wars in LA gang history with the A-Trade Gangsta Crips. And Mad Ronnie would grow up in an era where the 60s would make a name for themselves. He became a frontline member, being known to use his hands and put in work in the streets. But the streets took a dramatic change from using your hands in the 60s and 70s to gunplay. And growing up in a Rollin 60s community, Mad Ronnie would jump in the streets head first, with many of his close friends and older guys in the neighborhood he looked up to becoming household names in the street world. Mad Ronnie hung around elite names in the Rollin 60s, like Mumbles, Banker T, Big Cat, and Petey Wack, among others. Just hanging around those guys of that stature in the neighborhood, you had to be official. Heading down a life.
Little boy. Back in the day, hey. I rolled up. You feel me? Yeah, man. These boys right here like getting it.
A crime would lead to Mad Ronnie doing several years in the juvenile and prison systems. He had to go to youth authority, also known as YA, in his teenage years, and this would do nothing but further his life in the streets.
Man, look, go back.
Prison systems. He had to go to youth authority, also known as YA, in his teenage years, and this would do nothing but further his life.
Look at this shit here, bro. That don't make no sense, bro. Y'all niggas back in the day used to be swole as fuck. Swole as fuck. Niggas in Cali, bro. Like I said, since I've been looking at these stories, man, it ain't too many, if not any gangsters I done heard stories about where these niggas wasn't built. You feel me? Like these niggas wasn't big as hell. This nigga got long ass hair like a pimp. Long ass hair. Big as a motherfucker. What the hell y'all was eating back in the day, man?
Life in the streets. While on the streets and in his community, Mad Ronnie had a well-respected reputation, known for being crazy and a loved individual in the 60s. He was liked and admired by his young homies and respected by his peers, and he had a big love for his community. Mad Ronnie was known to look out for his young homies and guide them in the streets. Being in the streets, though, will also lead to him also going back to jail and serving a little time. After being back on the streets, Mad Ronnie was back in his community, but by 2003, the 60s as a hood would be targeted by the LAPD and the FBI in 2003. The Los Angeles City Attorney will file a gang injunction against the gang, putting over 30 members of the gang on gang files. The gang injunction would state that the 60s had allegedly been responsible for more than 30 murders between 2001 and 2002. And the gang injunction had a lot of restrictions trying to bring the Rollin 60s down, like a restraining order, barring contact with known gang members with each other. It banned activities within the gang, and Rollin 60 Crips would be arrested for possession of a pager or a cell phone. Also, dressing in gang attire, and also be arrested for gathering in public, or driving in numbers of 2 or more in areas controlled by gangs. Mad Ronnie was even named out of the 30 plus men in the gang injunction, and Mad Ronnie loved his homies and his hood so much, these provisions had him enraged. Mad Ronnie was known to flip off police who drove by in the 60s hood and called them bitches, stating, "I'm Mad Ronnie. This is my hood." At a court hearing for the 2003 gang injunction against the Rollin 60s, Mad Ronnie was one of the few who showed up in court to protest the judge. He would say, "Where are my rights to be in my own neighborhood? Why can't I talk to my own people in my neighborhood?" Even though going in his later years in life, Mad Ronnie kept the same mentality. An OG, showing love to his peers and his younger homies. You will still see him around in his neighborhood well into his 50s. The 60s community meant a lot to Mad Ronnie. You will still see him with younger members and even rappers from the 60s, like Jay Stone and even Nipsey Hussle. But even at Mad Ronnie's old age, still being active and around the streets would cost him. Mad Ronnie was 59 years old, exactly 100 days shy of his 60th birthday, and that was something he was making a big deal about, being from Rollin 60s and making it to 60 years old. August 19th, 2023, Mad Ronnie and Big Cat and several other Rollin 60s were hanging out that summer evening around 6:30 p.m. in front of a house on Kensington Avenue and 58th. A nearby liquor store surveillance video would capture a car driving by, and then once again driving by again, and then parking a car. A young shooter would exit the car and almost immediately began firing. In the surveillance video, you can see Mad Ronnie standing his back towards the shots, and suddenly, he lurches forward and his back arches. He takes 3 or 4 stutter steps, and that will be his last. He would then fall to the ground. Big Cat and another person was shot, but both survived. But Mad Ronnie...
Man, you telling me, bro, that bro made it to almost 60 years old and got killed by YN? Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. You serious right now? Are you serious, bro? Come on, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's the first story I heard where I felt bad. That's crazy, like, bro, and it made sense. He rolling 60s. He finna turn 60. He older dude got killed by YN. Chilling with his partners.
He lost his life at the age of 59,
That's
which many
crazy.
people couldn't believe. He made it this far in life to die at such an older age, and the shooter was never caught. Many people will go on to go to Mad...
They never caught the man? That shit was a hit. I feel like this. I feel like bro was out here doing good. He did his dirt. True indeed. Rolling 60. Back in his heyday, he did his dirt. Alright, boom. But as time went on, as he got mature, he started saying, alright, cool, man, I could do some good in my community instead of doing some damage. Started doing that. Boom. The police, officers, FBI, whatever the case may be, saw what he was doing, the good in his community. He probably had a lot of pull in his community. And they ordered a hit on my boy. That's how I feel, and I'm standing on it. That's how I feel, and I'm standing on it. Bruh was out here probably really doing good in the community, rebuilding buildings, you know what I'm saying? Like making sure certain people get fed, making sure certain things in the community got done, making sure that the rappers is coming out of the community, ditching back to the community, giving money. You feel me? And somebody ain't like it. Somebody ain't like it. And somebody got my boy up out of here. Crazy.
Ronnie's funeral and paid her respects. He would get a lot of recognition and respect after his death, and he is highly regarded in his community. This will conclude this episode.
R.I.P. to my boy, man. That's the first story I heard. I felt sorry for the person who the story was about, man. That's crazy. Almost made it to 60 years old. Got killed by a YN. But ain't that the story? Ain't that how the story go, man? Ain't that how the story go? Each and every single time the story go like that, bro. Bro try to do good in the community, turn his life around, show people he could be a better person, and somebody killed him in the hood. That's how the story go, bro. That's how it go. That's why when people get on, they move far away from the hood, man. They move far away from the hood. They don't even try to stay in the hood. They doing good in the hood. They do it from afar. They don't even stay in the hood to do it in the hood. That's crazy, man. Like, R.I.P. to that man. For real, for real. R.I.P. to that man. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button, comment below, and all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, subscribe, whatever, bro. But dang, bro, that got me feeling the kind of way. For real. That got me feeling some kind of way right there, bro. That's crazy, man. Dang, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Tony Rags, Rags Media. Get your racks on, man. Let's get it.